Hi, Kathy and Meg. Just was going to do a quick screencast so you could see what I'm talking about when I'm saying that there's certain things that you guys need to look at and just make a decision on. And then when I get back from spring break, we can apply those to the assessments and get those shared out with the people that you want. So right now as you can see, I'm in Illuminate and I am actually logged in as Kathy. So this is actually going to look the same for you as well, Meg. So when you're here, you're just going to go to Assessments and List Assessments. And then just make sure Shared to Me is tagged. And if you type in CISD BCAMSC, is the Calhoun ISD Battle Creek assessments. And then you'll see that there's 29 of them. And you actually should probably go through each one of these because when Calhoun ISD imported these in from Data Director, the performance band was the big issue and they just didn't come over clean. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to click on this and realizing that what the performance bands look like in this assessment might not be what they look like in another assessment, which is why it's probably critical that you go through each one and make notes of which ones you want to change. So in order to see the performance bands, you're going to go to Setup and Performance Bands. And then you can see right here that there's two different performance bands. There's the imported and then there's the BCAMSC. So on the imported, when you click on it, it's going to show you what it looks like, the colors, the percents, the labels, and then which ones are considered mastery. This mastery is huge because in the reports that generate from this, there's columns that show what percent of your class has mastered it. So keep that in mind here when I show you this next one. When I click on this one, you can see all of the colors are the same, and this is where I'm saying they didn't come over clean from Data Director. And it shows that all of them, no matter what percent you get, you could get a 2% and it's going to show that you still mastered it, which obviously we know is not correct there. So, so the thing that you really need to look at is what do you want this performance band to be? Like when the pre-built reports come and the colors show, you know, your red, yellow, greens, things like that. What do you want those to be characterized by? And do you want the same performance band applied to the overall assessment and the individual standards, or do you want something different for the individual standards here? When you look at these, it looks like theirs pretty much were the same, but because it didn't come over clean, the colors got changed and so did the mastery there. But that's just a total preference as to what you guys want your performance bands to be for West Shore. The other thing when you're in here, if you go to Setup and Questions, you can see which standards are aligned to each question. So you might just want to look through those and make sure these are the correct standards that you guys want applied to these. I know there was something with the next gen science standards and things, and I'm not sure what you want applied here. And then the other thing to look at, you guys had talked about having the actual test being able to be taken online. And right here under materials, because right now Calhoun ISD has not uploaded these. They just kind of use them as answer key onlys or have the paper copies and the answer sheets. If you actually wanted to upload the test, you'd need a PDF of it. And this is where we would upload it right here. Upload. And then we would pick it from wherever you have it saved. So we'd have to do that for each individual assessment. So 3 things, just to recap, if you guys can look at the performance bands, the questions, which is the standards there. And then also if you are wanting the actual test to be able to be taken all online with the questions on there as well, we have to make it a hybrid assessment. And so we need PDFs of all of those tests. So I'm going to be back from spring break on the 11th, and I plan on being at West Shore on the 11th, the 13th, and the 14th. So we can talk about it on the 11th, but if you guys can kind of talk amongst yourselves and figure out how you want these assessments to be, then we can get it all done when I get back from spring break. Talk to you guys later.